My name is Sunny Ray. 34 years ago, when my son was born, I wasn't a practitioner, although I am now. He was very ill. We went from doctor to doctor. We went to ER enough times that they knew us by name. And they had a difficult time even coming up with a diagnosis for him. I was what I call the desperate mother. And I didn't know what else to do. I had actually prayed about trying to come up with some answer, and someone called me and said, there is this guy here who is doing something very different. Maybe you want to come. And I did, and I was obnoxious, asking all the questions I could think of. And he finally said, would you like to talk to me after this particular session, because I can tell you have somebody you're concerned about. And so I did. At a break, I went and talked to him, and he said, well, what you want to do is go home, and I'm going to teach you one muscle. And I want you to put your son on your lap, and I want you to do this one muscle, and I want you to figure out what your child can consume. And it was my first one muscle training on how to determine what his allergies were. Since which time he had 4 different sets of allergy testing. His first one, he was allergic to 361 out of 365 items. So his life was so limited. Without this tool, I believe he would have died. So as soon as I had heard there was a class where I could learn a whole lot more about this, I took the very first class I could, and I muscle tested everybody. I muscle tested all my neighbors, I muscle tested all my friends, anybody who could, but it was because it saved the life of my child. And now my son is 34, he works for me in my practice. I consider the one of the most primary things that I do is muscle test people and teach them to go take Touch for Health and learn. Actually, I teach Touch for Health 1, learning how to care for yourself and your family. And I consider it one of the most important things for any person to know. If you care about yourself, if you care about your children, if you care about your neighbors, there is a tool you can use to help determine what is good for you, what is not. And now I know much more about all kinds of ways to make him better. My son is actually allergic to one item now that we're aware of. He's done 4 different sets of laboratory testing to confirm this. And I think how different his life would have been had he even been able to have one. So I'm forever grateful to the people who started Touch for Health and their continued dedication, determination to continue to teach me how to help other people more. Thank you.